Hello Capricorn, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energy and predictions for the sign of Capricorn for the rest of March. Now do keep in mind, this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Capricorn, let's go ahead and see what we have going on for you here. For this mid-March update, we'll be taking a look at the middle of March to the end of the month. And once again, do hope you're doing well. Hope things are going good for you. Now, right at the time of the release of this video, we are having the first eclipse of the year. And the day after, we'll be starting the Mercury retrograde. So if you're interested in eclipse messages, I've done an entire series on the eclipse. It will be linked at the end of this video. All right. Make sure we're all set up here and in view. All right, I think that's looking just about good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, amazing. You have the world. So for you, at some point, maybe towards the end of the month or maybe into April, you may be completing a very important event or situation in your life when you get the World card. This can also talk about certainty in the tarot. There's something that is solidifying or completely solidified for you in this end of the month, okay? So you can be certain that something's going to, you're going to get the result around something, or there's some element of certainty that's showing up. The other thing about the World, it is obviously the last card in the major arcana, and that's why many people represent this card, or why many people say this card is represented by endings and completions in a positive way. But the other thing is, it can also be around success. You actually see the statue here, the laurels, I believe is what these are. These represent success in the tarot, and it's also referred to like international travel as well, or something. Maybe you are connecting with overseas clients, or you have some business with overseas clients in some way. Let's see how this may connect with the rest of the cards for you. So your energy here is all over the board, for sure, as you have two Earth court cards. And it seems like some of you are completing a long cycle here. All right, now this cycle may have started back in the fall of 2024. And the reason being is the eclipses connect to each other many times, right? These are cycles. This series of eclipses can also connect to the eclipses that are happening in September, but there may be something that happened back in the fall that is sort of showing itself here, or even back in, like a year ago in the last series of eclipses, April of 2024. And the reason I say that is you have the World and the Fool. This is a full cycle being completed and starting. So that's a very powerful combination here to find in a tarot reading for you. I want to get some more specifics on this completion or the success that's coming into your life, but let's start off here with the Eight of Swords. You may not see how this is happening right now. The Eight of Swords, it can be blindfold energy. You can actually see that this person is trapped in this sword imprisonment here. The swords represent this person's thoughts, okay? So it can talk about the times in our lives where we're just ruminating. You know, we're ruminating over things. We're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth over a decision or over something in our lives. And it can be the feeling of like, it can sort of like bring about these feelings of, will I ever get out of this? Or it's hard to get out of this situation type of deal. But with the World on the bottom, you are finding the solution here for sure. And that will be certain at some point, if this is your reading, towards the end of March or even into April. I've been saying, like, right now with the astrology, past April 7th, things are really going to clear for us into, it'll be like a green light as we get full into spring and head into summer. But between now and April 7th, it might get a little gnarly as we have the eclipses as well as Mercury retrograde. Again, you shouldn't be stressed about this. It's just in the astrology. So for this reading, something that shows up or happens here for you, uh, this could bleed out into past April 7th, right? So the completion could be around this time or even after like in April sometime after the 7th. All right, in the first column here, you have the Hanged Man, the Page of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles showing up. You may feel like maybe throughout March or back in February, you've been in limbo around something with the Hanged Man. Hanged Man can represent being in limbo, or maybe it can be like it's really a card of inaction or being in limbo potentially. It does represent you maybe thinking a lot about something, which it's typically intentional thinking, right? You could view this as somebody who's meditating, right? Actually, meditation is, interestingly enough, the absence of thinking. But uh, another way of saying this is gaining enlightenment. I think the word I'm looking for is gaining enlightenment, attaining enlightenment, and choosing to align your thoughts towards that. That's a positive message with the Hanged Man. But you may have been in limbo around an offer or an opportunity here connected to your money situation, or for those of you who are interested in studying something, maybe around an application for a university. This is the academic in the tarot. And it could also be any sort of application, by the way. Not everybody here is of age to, well, people go back to college. But anyway, this can be around, you may have been in limbo around an application, okay, in some form. Maybe for a mortgage, that oftentimes comes in with the Page of Pentacles, some other type of loan, or some application that you've been looking to get some results on. The Six of Pentacles is this idea of like balancing your situation out. I think balance is going to be really important for you at this time. The Hanged Man is balanced. They are balanced. They're definitely, they're hanging there, right? They are balanced. And then you see these scales with the Six of Pentacles. It represents financial balance potentially in one's life. It also is about give and take, give and receive. Energy, and it may ask you to look at like what you're putting out there, or like how you're spending. Your inflow outflow comes forward with the Six of Pentacles. I see some of you maybe doing some financial management, like taking a look at your books, taking a look at your accounts. I always, this is a good message for Capricorn because of what I know about the sign of Capricorn, but I always recommend a software like Monarch. Monarch is there used to be a software called Mint. I'm sure some of you know that, but basically there's software available that you just connect your bank accounts and your credit cards and all of your accounts to the software. It's extremely safe, by the way, and it analyzes everything for you. I use Monarch, but Mint, I think, which is now owned by Credit Karma, is also a great example. But the point is, you don't have to go and download this or go and make an account. But the point is, some of you may be looking at all of your stuff and using some software or some tools to look at your position if you have not done that. In the middle of the reading here, you have the Page of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and the Empress card. Okay, so I see some news coming in for you, for sure, okay? I'm going to make the prediction here. I'm going to go from middle of March here, let's call it March 15th, until April 18th. That term is in my head. Okay, I don't know. I think that's tax day, or tax day is either the 15th or the 18th. Anyway, between those dates, you will get some update on this offer that you've been in limbo around. Because we have this page here, it seems like you've been waiting for a while. Now we have another page. Pages represent offers and opportunities. The Page of Cups, interestingly enough, is a great card for love, or it can be. It depends on what's around it. But for you, this seems like a job, career, money reading. So with the Page of Cups and the Eight of Swords, I feel like you're being given an opportunity to sort of like release yourself from this feeling of being trapped and being in limbo around the application that you've put into something, right? The application that you've been waiting to hear news around. The Empress brings about expansion in your life, and the Empress is a card of, it is Venus energy, interestingly enough, which is the planet of luxury and the finer things in life, also love, romance. Interestingly enough, the markets are ruled by Venus typically, or Mercury. It depends on how you want to look at it. But the Empress is, it's a card of abundance, and it's also a card of birthing something into life. Whether this be conceiving a child or birthing another thing into your life. In the final row, final column, you have the High Priestess, the Fool, and the Knight of Pentacles. There's a mysterious type of energy that comes forward with the High Priestess. It can be a card of mystery. It can also be, there's something about your spirituality here that's maybe being up-leveled, by the way. With the Hanged Man, maybe being somebody who is looking to attain enlightenment, and then the High Priestess being a gatekeeper or a way shower. In a traditional tarot card of the High Priestess, you'll see the High Priestess sitting in front of gates, and they'll be holding a scroll that has an anagram on it for either the Torah or the tarot. And the idea of the High Priestess is it can be somebody who is a way shower, somebody who maybe unlocks your spirituality, or as an aspect of yourself, you're looking to unlock that for you. Okay? So with this idea of, I definitely see some, like, you're thinking about maybe aligning your vibration to this offer, aligning your thoughts and your feelings towards something. You're definitely increasing your spirituality and the way that you look at your thoughts and the vibration that you're putting out there. You then have the Fool, which I love for you with the World, because that's a full cycle, okay? So this situation, you're getting results, there's certainty around the results. Basically, here's the thing. I'm going to say something, and this is what it is. You're going to get what you need, not what you want, okay? It's just, maybe the thing that you get what you need is what you want, but you're getting what you need, all right? And you'll know for sure, I think, by the 18th of April. That's the timeline that's coming to my head. Could change, but around you'll get the results on or before then. And this will start the new cycle for you with the Fool. You then have the Knight of Pentacles, which is your energy here. Okay, this is, in this case, Capricorn energy. And the Knight of Pentacles can talk about putting plans in motion. Okay, laying out plans, building plans. This is a very interesting reading for you, Capricorn. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at clarifying the situation even more. We'll pull some additional tarot cards here. Okay, let's see here. Energy on the bottom, you have Water Guardian, connects with your emotions. Not getting a lot of water energy here. We do have one Cups card with the High Priestess, but let's see what else we have. Okay, amazing. You have Autumn, release the old and rest, as well as Traveler, move in a new direction. You're getting a new direction here as you have the Fool. But, the Fool's a really powerful card. Some may argue it's the most powerful card in the tarot because the Fool has taken sort of concerted effort to start a completely new journey. And really, when you look at the Major Arcana, we're tracking the Fool's journey through the Major Arcana to the world. So you're completing one journey and you're starting another in a big way here in this reading. You then have Shaman, trust in higher forces, as well as Guardian Angel, you are not alone. And finally, Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. I love the illustration on this card, and it really connects with the top 3 cards here of spirituality, as well as the Shaman card too, trust in higher forces. Why don't we go ahead and, this is kind of what I have on these cards. There may be something that happened, that's what I wanted to say, the Autumn card. I think there might have been something about around the last series of eclipses for you, which would have been in the fall. That is coming to a head here during this series of eclipses. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have in the tarot clarifications. Once again, Capricorn, hope things are going well for you. Drop a comment, let me know how you're doing, how this reading resonates and fits into your situation. I would love to hear it. I do read all of the comments, so let's see here. You have the 5 of Pentacles, you have the 2 of Swords, and the 6 of Pentacles, wow, clarifying itself. Well, here's the thing. You have been really stressed about this feeling of being in limbo. Whatever you've been in the dark around, or whatever you just haven't had communication around, this has been a sort of a thorn in your side. Okay, this has been the root cause of maybe some distress. And the Two of Swords is like, it is blindfold energy, just like the Eight of Swords, as you see the two blindfolds. And the thing is, you have them next to each other. So this, it feels like, in your mind, you're like, oh, not again. You know, like, here we go again, I feel like, for some of you. But the Two of Swords, it may represent like just you're having a hard time expressing your feelings about something. And it also just may mean that there's information lacking, right? And in this case, there's communication lacking. And I think that this is the root cause of some challenge for you in your life at this time. You then have the Six of Pentacles twice, okay? This is significant. The Six of Pentacles, it may suggest that, listen, the generosity of others is out of your control. But you may always choose to be as generous as you want to be. And basically, I'm getting this energy of you can't control the message here. Like, you can't control when this opportunity is going to come in. It's sort of bringing about this idea of like, you can't hack divine timing. I always like to say that you can't hack divine timing. Some things just have to happen when they happen. And you can't control how generous this other company or person is going to be with their communication. So the best thing you can do, and I think you are understanding this as I look at this top row, is connect to yourself and see what it is that you can do to help yourself and put yourself in a good position. And oftentimes when we do that, divine timing works for us, right? It comes right in. You have the Two of Wands, Four of Swords, and the Star. Love the clarifications here for you. I really do. You definitely are going, you see the extreme potential available in this opportunity, in this offer that you've been in limbo about. You see the potential in this situation with the Two of Wands. The person on the Two of Wands is holding the world in the palm of their hand, and they realize that basically everything is in front of them. They can go wherever they want to go. They can be whoever they want to be. And it's a card of being inspired by the potential in front of you. And this is connected to the offer. The Four of Swords says, take time to rest, to recover, to rejuvenate. I've been saying in these eclipse readings that I did just recently that you can check out. During this time, it's very, very important to get sleep. And it's challenging because during eclipses, it's hard to get sleep. This has been talked about for years. It's hard to get sleep during eclipse periods. So try to find as much time for healthy rest as you can. But beyond that, the Four of Swords, it may indicate that you are recovering from this feeling of being in limbo, or this, you may recover from being in limbo around this thing. I really like this for you. The Star and the Empress, it's hard to find a better combination than that, right? I mean, there are some combinations in the tarot, like the Fool and the World is one of them. But the Star and the Empress is like, wow. The Star represents major wish fulfillment. It's an even bigger wish than the Nine of Cups. It's also a card of healing. You have two really good cards for recovery or from healing from something with the Four of Swords and the Star card. And so this idea of just like, you've been in some pain around not hearing back. This seems to be turning around, especially with the Empress energy of expansion, abundance, growth. You have the Two of Cups. For some of you who are still here in this reading and you're here for love, it's possible that this person hasn't courted you or hasn't expressed their feelings towards you. That will definitely change. You have the Two of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. The Fool and the Two of Pentacles is positive from my perspective because basically the Two of Pentacles predicts a change in finances. Now, that can mean finances going up or down, right? It can also indicate fluctuating, just like going up, going down, going up, going down, that type of deal. Maybe even like a paycheck to paycheck type deal for the time being. That doesn't have to be your situation, but it's this idea of like money, kind of being on a seesaw. But this new opportunity, I think you see the potential for that situation to change. And I think that you'll probably partner with this company or this person and make this happen, as the Two of Cups can represent a partnership or a union in business if it's not connected to your love situation. Two of Cups is the best card for love from my perspective. And I think that you'll probably get in a better picture of understanding where you sit with this person or where this person sits with you. And then the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, there's a big focus here on looking at your accounts, looking at your money, and also what you can do to maybe increase as well. And also stability. You know, Queen and Knight of Pentacles, they're really focused on their stability in money. You then have the Ten of Swords. There's definitely something you're being released from. The Ten of Swords, I like to read tarot in a positive way. So when I see the Ten of Swords, I always flip it and I show you that the swords are falling out of this person. So in this case, when you have a very positive reading, which you do, Ten of Swords is releasing you from this pain that you've had around being in limbo. It's an ending, but you have a positive ending, a positive completion here with the World and the Fool. All right, let's go ahead and clarify this situation even more by pulling some additional cards. We'll take a look at what is in the Kipper cards for you. All right. You have Poverty, Adjudication, Coffin, Privileged Lady, Distant Horizons, and Courtship. All right, just like the Ten of Swords and the Death card, don't stress about this Coffin card. It's basically the same energy. It's the end of something, which for you is a completion. You then have this courtship idea. I even said courtship when I looked at the Two of Cups. Some of you are wanting to know, like, is this person interested? You know, are they coming forward? You know, what kind of work are they, or energy or effort are they putting into this partnership or this relationship? Distant Horizons represents, and I said yep because it represents 1 to 3 months in the future. Okay, your time horizon here looks extremely positive for sort of a turnaround, right? Because in the past you've had this idea of being in limbo, and it seems like the time horizon for you is one that will change to certainty, as the World represents certainty. Capricorn, I think I will leave the reading right here. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I will most certainly be talking to you again soon.